Well, today I'm going to start out by giving you guys more sex. Oh, shit. More sex. Anyway, we're going to do a really quick shoot with the ice lights. Now, nothing bothers me more than when I see people grab and swing these ice lights around like they're lightsabers. It puts them in a novelty state which they shouldn't be in. And I really want to get that across that these are not a novelty item. They're a professional tool that I use all the time. I've been using them since the Ice Light 2. I have had more restaurants buy these than anything else. I can do a restaurant shoot, but I can't do like the daily food shoot that they want to do for social media. And they always ask me to do it cheaper, do it cheaper. They'll bring me in quarterly for the menu changes, or per every time they do a full menu change, like spring, fall, winter, that kind of thing. But so what I'll do is I'll set up the ice lights because I'm using them anyway. I'll ask them to pull out their iPhone and take a picture of the food that I just set up. It's perfect every time. They're immediately, yes, we're going to buy them. And I don't push them on any other ones, any cheaper ones, because I know these are reliable. I know the color is fantastic. Now, these new Ice Light 3s, no, Westcott did not send these to me. These are my purchase because I use them. And I don't show them all the time on the channel. I did before, but I just don't show them all the time on the channel. But I want to show you just a little bit more of them because I use these. I'm using them to light me now, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to show you is, so they added a rail system on the back, which I think is fantastic. The nano rail, um, more mounting points, blah, blah, blah. The battery is really nice. I think it's an hour and a half. By the way, I think they said these things are twice as bright as the version 2. That's the battery, but you can plug these directly into the USB-C and, use them like this. Obviously, they have an end cap for it when you're not using the battery with a 1/4 20 on it as well. So I don't know what else to say about them, but I just want you to see these in use versus having people swing them around and then tell you specs on them like they're a toy. They're not a toy; they're a professional light. I have to say that if I were to guess, I would say these are the most imitated light ever. I really believe that. Once these came out, they had a patent on 'em. Jerry Gajones had a patent on these because he is the inventor of these. But I believe it was just too expensive to keep up with the fights in court to battle all the copiers down. But myself, I'm still buying them. I'm still using them. I've had stick lights sent to me and still nothing compares to these. Yeah, I have more powerful ones and I don't use the power. So why? These are perfect for me. But today I'm just doing a really quick test. And this is more for me than it is for you, but I figured I'll show you the ice lights in I'm just going to throw them up. Like literally, I'm not going to do anything special. I'm not going to set up the lights perfectly or, do the normal things that I do to shoot a product with scrims and reflectors and all that stuff. I'm just going to throw two up and move them around to show you what it can do. I'm just shooting a product that I stole from one of my daughter's PR packages. I'm going to give it back, dear, if you're watching. And then I'm going to use this Photo Deox auto macro tube for the XCD for the Hasselblad. I don't want to buy a $4,000 or $5,000 macro lens, so I wanted to try the extension tube to see how it does with close up like this. Now, obviously, this extension tube on the 75mm XCD it's going to be too close for a bottle this big, but I'll just do a close up of this and then we'll do a regular shot so you can see both things in action, if you will. And then tomorrow, I promise I'm going to do a person with the new Ice Light 3s, so you can see why I use these so much. They are fun to use. If you don't want to get into flash, I love flash, don't get me wrong, and I'll push everybody for flash, but these make a great light setup. And I'm just going to use two tomorrow just so you can get an idea of what it looks like just with two lights. If you have three lights or four lights, you can create magic with these things. But let's just start with two and show you what they can do. Anyway, I'm going to get to this really f- seat in my pants shoot right now, so you can see what these can do. And then in a couple days, I'll put the other one up with, with a pretty model instead of just a bottle saying more sex. Thanks for watching as always. Let's get to the shoot. Now, before you come at me in the comments on how I'm setting this up, again, I just threw these up. This is not a setup. I literally just took one of those V flats and made it a table, and I just wanted to shoot. I wanted to see what the extension tube was like on that 75 millimeter, and I wanted to show you what these things can do with just this rudimentary throw them up and take a picture. That's simple, really. Yes, you can do all kinds of setups with these for close-up photography, for macro photography, but I wanted to show you the bare bones. Here they are in a light stand, and I put them, parallel to each other. Then I'm going to move them around. I'm going to move this one to the back now to give a backlight to light up that backdrop instead of having that fall off and it turn blue. I didn't even set color balance. I just left them at 6500. I didn't even set color balance on the camera. Again, it was for me to see what this extension tube can do, and for you to show you what these lights can do in the simplest of setups. There's one backlight, there's one main light. Just imagine what you can do and how easy this would be for a food shoot. It's just really this simple. And if you do just a little bit more work than I did, this is a poor shot. It has no depth. So I'm going to give it some depth. Move the light, angle the bottle. It'll give the image some depth. But like I said, just imagine if you took your time and set these up the way they're supposed to be set up, and did photos. I think you'd really appreciate them for this kind of photography, for close-up work, and for food shoots and product shoots like this. It's just a quick and easy setup. Anyway, I appreciate you watching as always. If you have any questions, leave them below. Thanks for watching.